Welcome back, guys. Today I got a special treat. We're going up north to visit my Uncle Tim, a professional musician and a vintage guitar whisperer. He's been repairing guitars for about as long as I've known how to play them. Tim's got a beautiful space. It's part repair shop, part studio, and part time machine. So grab a cup of coffee, put on your favorite flannel, and let's all head north to Wisconsin, where the guitars are old, but the craftsmanship never goes out of style.
So I've been playing guitar for 53 years or thereabouts now, and repairing them for almost that long. I think I tore apart my first Gibson SG Junior in about 1972 and put it back together. Playing wise, I've always played and had bluegrass bands and electric bands, and toured the United States and the college circuit back in the 80s and early 90s. But it's a 12 fret arch top with, I think, pretty much a handmade P90 style pickup on it. Here's the ground wire. You just thread it through the strings.
Oh, perfect.
And, an ebony tailpiece, handmade. It's got that real chunky arch top. And if you turn it up a little bit, it'll just take off on you. Controlled chaos. 67 cornet needed to be kind of put back together and cleaned up. A little bit of work done on the tuner holes and things like that.
Gosh, look at that.
Only Mother Nature can do that. That's what I think. They've gotten good at relicking, but, that old cherry's doing its thing.
Very cool.
Yeah. That's a 59, I think. That's in for binding repair. This thing was in the case for a bunch of years and the binding just rotted out. I saved the top binding, although it's quite shrunk, but we got that back in one piece, then I had to make new binding for the back. That's an old turn of the century, maybe 1920.
Wow.
Made for a Milwaukee reseller. We don't know who made it.
Very
could
cool.
Could be Larson, could be Regal. Who knows? Could be Lion and Healy. Who knows?
The mystery.
It needs a neck. I just started repairing more and more things for myself and friends, and eventually went to work for a very good shop in Chicago, Kramer Custom Guitars, and did all their acoustic guitar major surgery repairs for a few years, and I've expanded to helping other shops with their case overload. In fact, the guys up north call me Top Crack Tim. Which I think is a good thing. I don't know. I've had a couple of copies of these, but this is the real thing from 1926.
Wow.
And it's a Herman Weisenborn Hawaiian. And you just tune it up. It's tuned down to, I think it's down to C at the moment. So it's been very gratifying, really, to resurrect their family heirloom guitars, and some guitars that aren't even worth fixing, really. But once they get them back in their hands and they're playing, they love them, and it's gratifying work. It's a bit higher powered 8, and so it's the boxy champ.
Oh. That's a Celestion Gold 10.
Oh, yeah.
One of the new 10s. It's a 69 Trainer basemate, 2 EL84s. Pretty clean when you don't jack it with the front end here.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Straight in.
a little bit more about when you were repping too? Like, who were you repping for, and what were you selling?
About 93 or so, I went to work for Next Generation Marketing in Chicago, and we repped Audio-Technica microphones, Furman Sound, Aphex, a lot of higher-end pro audio gear, Lexicon. And I did that for a couple of different companies for a number of years until I realized that I'd rather play them and fix them than sell them.
When do I get to play them? No, you just sell them.
Because I'm just not the bulldog you need to be. It's a fun gig because you get to drive around. I was driving 40,000 miles a year.
Wow.
And now these days it's rarely done. People don't drive around that much and call on stores. There's not as many stores.
Right.
It's been after all the consolidation. So it's a different world now in that area. But I think the manufacturers are trying to connect with the audience directly rather than having the local guy pound around the territory. You know.
Promotional consideration for this old guitar is provided by Vic's Discount Electronics, VCRs, personal computers, and more. Located on Sunset Boulevard in Mount Thomas.